This is the Phonak microphone that one of your students will be using in your class. To get started, you're going to want to turn the microphone on by sliding this over at the top. You'll see it's green at the top showing that it's on, and the system will light up. Once the system's ready to go, you're going to see a number on your screen, and that number signifies the channel that is paired with your student's either hearing aid or cochlear implant with their hearing device. You're going to want to leave it on this channel because this channel is unique for that child's hearing equipment. Throughout the day, you might find that you're going to want to turn the equipment off or put it in mute. The mute button is at the top center right here. You're going to press it one time. It'll tell you that you're putting it in mute, and you'll see there's a slash through the microphone in the top corner signifying that it's in mute mode. When it's in mute for too long or for an extended period of time, the entire device will shake, just as a reminder to let you know, hey, this has been in mute for a long time. To take it off of mute, you're going to hit that center top button one time, and it lets you know that mute has been deactivated and you no longer see the slash through the top. Over here, this is just showing you how much battery is left. Sometimes you might find that you've accidentally hit some buttons and it's taken you to a few different screens and you don't know where you are. All you have to do is hit this back button right here, and you just keep hitting it. Oh, I did something too much, cancel. You just keep hitting it until it takes you back to that main screen. If you find that sometimes your microphone has accidentally changed channels on you, you might want to consider locking the buttons throughout the day. You do that by hitting this bottom button right here once, that little key, and then you press OK, and it's telling you that you've just locked the device, and it shows you up here that there's a little key showing that it's locked. If you go to hit any button, it tells you it's locked and it's not able to change, and it kind of tells you how to unlock it. So to unlock it, you do the same thing. You hit that key once, and then you press OK, and you'll see the lock at the top has disappeared, and it's no longer in lock mode. When you're using the microphone, there's going to be times of the day that you certainly want to put it in mute or maybe even turn it off at the top. You're going to want to do that if you're, say it's individual time and the kids are working independently and you're walking around the room whispering directions or working one-on-one with another student. You're going to want to put the microphone in mute during that time, because otherwise the child with the hearing devices is going to be hearing everything that you're saying directly to their ears, and it makes it really hard to concentrate. In the back, we have a clip that you can use to clip it on to your pants, onto a belt loop, or if you want to put it in your pocket, you can push down and slide this off, and it just makes it a little bit smaller to fit into a pocket. When you're wearing the microphone, you want to make sure you put it in a good location. So I'm going to unravel it, show you some places where you might consider wearing it. So some people I've seen like to wear the device up here just because it's out of the way, and sometimes they get caught up in the wire. You don't need to hold the microphone like this to talk. In fact, once you find it a good location to put it, it starts to pair with your voice and keeps it natural. But if you keep moving it like this, the student's going to hear, loud noise and then quiet noise, and it just has trouble making it a smooth sound. So some locations that you might consider is on a lanyard. Something you have to be really careful about when you put it on a lanyard is, does your lanyard flip over? Because if it does, they're going to hear that rubbing sound against the microphone. It kind of sounds like a windy day when you're recording something. That's what they're going to be getting in their ear, and it's very distracting. And a lot of our kids who don't like to use the FM system, that's the feedback I get, is because it's not a clean signal. So usually what I do, if I am going to put it on a lanyard, I also clip it to my shirt to ensure that the whole thing will stay in one place. You also want to make sure that you're not wearing it really low. Like, you would never want to clip it at the bottom here and then have your keys banging up against it. They're going to be hearing that sound, and it really makes it difficult. So you just want to be very cautious about where you're going to be placing the actual microphone, but you do want to secure it somewhere. You don't want to keep holding it. It just doesn't give as good as a signal. When it's time for the students to maybe work on a computer, Some kids like to use headphones over their hearing aids, and other kids like to connect their hearing aids directly to the computer using the microphone. But you just have to be cautious that when this is happening, they're really only going to hear the computer. They're not going to be able to hear any direction that you're giving them. But what they're going to do is they'll use this cord, they'll connect it directly into the bottom of the device, and then they'll plug the other side into a computer. Okay? At night, you're going to want to turn it off at the top here, and then you'll plug it in at the bottom so it can charge.